Hello, I'm going to show you how you can work with Gutenberg in a way that you'll be able to create a responsive layout using pixels, not using clamp, and following the layout from Figma. And if you are a web developer, if you have worked before with Element or Gutenberg, Bricks Builder, actually Gutenberg, we are learning right now, but if you work it before with Bricks Builder, you need to understand that Gutenberg is not an block, actually is not a page builder. He is like a visual editor for themes. So he have everything for being a page builder, but he's not a page builder. It's just to make easier for your client to edit the layout. It's not made for you being able to create every single thing that you want in the editor, because the main point of the Gutenberg is to make easy for the client to edit and not for you. And for this reason, you will not have responsive settings, you will not have style settings, like from CSS settings, not have this type of settings. In a vanilla way, you will need to use some hacks for doing this. So the best the best way to do this is like this. I have the find here, you can read and hush the video, but I will walk you on the way that I'm using for developing websites using Gutenberg. And the first thing is creating the variables. So these variables that I created here are from spaces. So I'm creating variables in the style sheet for things that I need to be responsive. Once I've created these variables, I've created for spaces and font size. And these are the variables that I need. I have used in font size rem. So you need to define the body font size. And this is what I'm doing. Once you have created the variables, you need to go in the theme.json. In this file here, you will use your editor because it's easier, but I'm using the editor of WordPress. You will create here the variables of the theme.json that will make the Gutenberg show these variables for your client, you know? So he will be able to see these variables here. And once you have translated these variables for your theme.json, let's see how is the next step. And I will go to the next step, that is applying these variables for the blocks that are easy to edit. And with this, I mean, I'm talking about sections that have like paddings and margins. But what I'm doing here is using the variables for defining the padding of the sections. So you create the sections, you define the paddings, and this will be responsive because you are using variables. You can create the media queries for these variables. So on the desktop, it will be this 3XL is 100 pixels. And on tablet, it will be 50 pixels. Can change this and it will be applied here automatically. And this is the very first step for on the editor. And the next is apply custom CSS roles. If you need something more advanced, you can install the plugin of the Gutenberg team. That's a plugin that anticipates things that they are planning uh, to apply on the Gutenberg. It's a beta test, and with this beta test, you can see more options in the blogs and more features. And one of those features are here in the advanced, we can apply additional CSS. So in my case, I was needing a section that allows me to apply custom fractions. I could use classes for this, but in some cases, we don't want to create a class for everything. And this was this case. I think that in the future, I will need to create a class for this. But here is the class and with template columns. Yep. I was needing to create a grid block with one fraction and one dot for fractions. And this is what I did in CSS. And yeah, that's the fourth step. You can apply the rows that you want here. And the last one is for complex items, and is for a title. This title will be used in the entire site. I have this title here, and it will have various sections with this size. It will be in the Figma layout. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use these variables that I have created. And I will create classes. So I will create the class for title 1, title 2, title 3. You can create files for, I don't know, titles, paragraphs, and you can make your own settings. But what I did was creating titles and defining the variables, the sizes based on the variables that I have created. And with font weight, font color, not for all, just for one, that's a variation. That's this variation up here. And if the client needs to edit, let's say that the client wants the title to be small, he can edit here. And this size is responsible because you'll be able to edit the var. And this var in the mobile size is smaller. So what I mean is the layout is more it's more responsive than before, right? We know that responsiveness here is a hard thing, but I think that this is the right way of applying responsiveness in the Gutenberg. And for example, if you need this grid here to be in a flex box in the mobile, you could create a class here called flexbox mobile and apply here like this flex mobile, and you add this class here and apply the responsive settings. So this is how you can create, but I will add one more tip. Like you can have here like with the full uh section primary. I don't know, you can have a bunch of classes. It will become a huge thing. It would be hard to maintain this. So how do you solve this? It is easy. You can use a plugin. You can use this only on while development, or you can add this. You can remove this after you end the project, or you can let this on the project. That's no problem, because this only adds a tab here in the block that's called, let's select this, additional class manager. And actually, this is the name of the plugin CSS Class Manager, and the tab is called Additional CSS Classes. And here you can select instead of uh adding manually, you can like add one how much as you want here, and you can search for classes. Can you see? And you can create classes. You can add descriptions for classes. So this is the plugin, and yeah, this is how you can work with responsiveness. I think that you get how you can work with this and work with Figma. You know that with this you can create response layouts. It's not a page builder only approach, but it's better than you're using a bunch of plugins. I just show you that I just show you one plugin. You just need this plugin that's from the Gutenberg core. You don't need any more. If you need more organization on your workflow, you can use CSS Class Manager for let make the field beautiful, more beautiful, but this is not mandatory. So if you have any questions about our work with responsiveness in the Gutenberg, please let me know, and subscribe, hit the like button, and see you in the next video.